Fort. What's Happening remains one of television's most memorable classic sitcoms, loved for its lively humor and warm friendships, with relatable stories about family and growing up. Set in Los Angeles, the series followed Raj and Dwayne, along with Rerun through teenage life, neighborhood adventures, and plenty of comedy. Today we look back at the cast, their real names, their ages, memorable characters, and the careers they built, while also honoring the beloved actors who are no longer with us. Let's return to the Thomas household and Rob's place, where quick-witted conversations, hilarious misunderstandings, loyal friendships, and heartfelt family lessons helped make the series a lasting favorite of classic television. Fred Berry brought infectious energy, natural comedy, and unforgettable dance moves to Freddie Rerun Stubbs, the fun-loving teenager, whose red beret, suspenders, and larger-than-life personality made him one of the show's most recognizable characters. Born Fred Allen Berry on the 19th of March, 1951 in St. Louis, Missouri, he was 25 when he first stepped into the role in 1976. With his expressive reactions, playful humor, and remarkable physical comedy, Berry turned Rerun into far more than comic relief, giving him warmth and a genuine sense of friendship that helped define the chemistry of the young cast. Before television fame, Berry was already an accomplished street dancer and a member of the influential dance troupe The Lockers, appearing with the group on Saturday Night Live in 1975. He later returned to his signature role in What's Happening Now and kept appearing across television and film. In his later years, Berry also became a Baptist minister and motivational speaker. Fred Berry died at his Los Angeles home on the 21st of October, 2003, at the age of 52 after recently suffering a stroke. His legacy lives on through a character whose humor, style, and joyful dancing made Rerun an enduring icon of 1970s television. Danielle Spencer brought sharp wit, a fearless attitude, and irresistible charm to Dee Thomas, Roger's outspoken younger sister, whose clever comebacks often left the adults around her speechless. Born Danielle Louise Spencer on the 24th of June, 1965, in Trenton, New Jersey. She was just 11 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1976. With her expressive face, perfect comic timing, unforgettable "I'm going to tell Mama" attitude, Spencer turned Dee into one of the show's most memorable characters. Behind the laughter, her life was marked by remarkable resilience. A serious car accident in 1977 left her in a coma and took her stepfather's life. Yet she eventually returned to acting and later reprised Dee in What's Happening Now. Away from Hollywood, Spencer pursued a very different calling, earning a veterinary degree from Tuskegee University and building a respected career caring for animals. She also appeared briefly in As Good as It Gets and later shared her personal journey in her memoir, Through the Fire. Danielle Spencer died on the 11th of August, 2025, at the age of 60, after a long battle with cancer. Her legacy endures through her resilience, compassion, and a spirited young character who brought humor and unforgettable personality to 1970s television. Mabel King brought warmth, authority, and a larger-than-life personality for Mabel Mama Thomas, the strong-willed mother whose sharp discipline was always balanced by deep love for Raj and Dee. Born Donnie Mabel Elizabeth Washington on the 25th of December, 1932, in Charleston, South Carolina. Think back. She was 43 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1976. With her powerful voice, expressive reactions, and natural comic timing, King made Mama the emotional center of the Thomas household, capable of delivering a stern warning one moment and genuine tenderness the next. She remained a major presence through the first 2 seasons before leaving the series in 1978. Beyond television, King was an accomplished singer and stage performer, most famously originating the role of Eveline, the Wicked Witch, in the Broadway musical The Wiz, and later reprising Fit in the 1978 film adaptation. She also appeared in The Jerk, Scrooged, and numerous television productions. In her later years, King faced severe complications from diabetes and suffered a stroke that ended her acting career. Mabel King passed away in Los Angeles on November 9, 1999, at 66 years old. She left behind a legacy of raw strength, fearless humor, and a TV mother whose warmth made her truly unforgettable. Then there was Shirley Hemphill, who brought fearless humor and a killer attitude to Shirley Wilson. That outspoken waitress at Rob's Place, whose legendary clapbacks made her an instant fan favorite. Classic. Born Shirley Ann Hemphill on July 1, 1947, in Asheville, North Carolina. She was just 29 when she first landed the role back in 1976. With that booming voice, wild expressions, and flawless comic timing, Hemphill stole every scene with just a glare or a perfect roast. Shirley was tough, independent, and completely fearless, squaring up with Raj, Rerun, or Dwayne. But behind that attitude was real love for the kids who always hung out at the diner. Hemphill rocked all 3 seasons, then brought the character back for What's Happening Now from 1985 to 1988. A powerhouse stand-up comic, she also starred in her own sitcom One in a Million and guest starred on The Love Boat and Martin. As well as the Wayans brothers, Shirley passed away at her West Covina home on December 10, 1999, from kidney failure at just 52. Her legacy lives on through her bold comedy, big personality, and a character who brought pure energy to every single scene. Thalmas Rasulala brought deep strength, dignity, and quiet authority to Bill. Thomas, the estranged father of Roger and Dee. His episodes brought a heavy emotional layer to the family story. Born Jack Crowder on November 15, 1939 in Miami, he was 36 when the show premiered in 1976. With his deep voice, magnetic presence, and subtle acting, Rasulala made Bill feel like a real, complicated dad instead of some cardboard authority figure. He was a recurring character, not a main one, but he gave the Thomas family real depth and elevated every single scene. Outside of TV sitcoms, Rasulala built an amazing career on stage and screen. He memorably played Omoro Fante, the father of Kunta Kinte, in the historic masterpiece Roots, and starred in films like Blackula, Bucktown, Above the Law, and New Jack City. Early on, performing under his birth name, he even graced Broadway in Hello, Dolly. Thalmas Rasulala passed away from a heart attack in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on October 9, 1991, at age 51. He left a legacy defined by a powerful screen presence and the dignity he gave to every single role. Fritzy Burr brought sharp wit, warmth, and classic theatrical charm to Miss Collins, the no-nonsense high school teacher who always kept Raj, Dwayne, and Rerun in line. Frida Burr on May 31, 1924 in Philadelphia. She was 52 when she first stepped into the role in January 1977. For 7 episodes, Burr gave Miss Collins a memorable blend of tough love and real warmth. She felt less like a cartoon sitcom teacher and more like someone who truly cared about those wild kids. Long before her TV days, Burr had built a massive career on stage, performing on Broadway in shows like Funny Girl and I Can Get It For You Wholesale, and touring in Fiddler on the Roof. She later became a highly recognizable character actress, popping up in Chinatown, Sanford and Son, Seinfeld, and Friends. Fritzy Burr passed away in Fort Myers, Florida, January 17, 2003, from natural causes at age 78. She left a legacy of pure versatility and a rare gift for turning minor background roles into deeply memorable, warm personalities. Ray Veet brought sharp intelligence, confidence, and an effortless charm to Gene Rabbit Walker, the college track star whose brief appearances brought a much-needed mature vibe to the younger cast. Raymond Veidt on November 20, 1949 in New York City. He was 27 when he first stepped into the role in 1977. Fight. Only played Rabbit in 3 episodes, but he brought a laid-back charm that made him stand out way past his short screen time. Off the show, Veet built a solid career in television and film, with roles in That's My Mama, Doc, and Charlie's Angels, and David Cassidy. Moviegoers also saw him. Car Wash, Up in Smoke, Thank God It's Friday, and 9 to 5, though one of his final big roles was on the TV Fun show The Quest. Ray passed away in Los Angeles on February 20th, 1983, at just 33 years old. Fun. He died while police officers were taking him in for a medical evaluation. Coroner later blamed his death on complications from sickle cell disease. His short life left behind a diverse run of work and memories of a gifted actor whose career cut short way too soon. Fog. Teddy Wilson brought street smarts, sharp humor, and a heavy presence to several standout guest spots, especially Al Dunbar, the slick-talking bootlegger who drags Dwayne, Rerun, into deep trouble during that classic 2-part Doobie or Not Doobie episode. Born Theodore Roosevelt Wilson on December 10, 1943. In New York, he was 32 when he started on the show in 1976. Instead of playing just one regular guy, Wilson showed up in 4 episodes as 3 completely different men. Mr. Wilson, Marty, Al Dunbar, proving he could make every single character feel totally unique. Outside of those spots, he was famous for playing Sweet Daddy Williams on Good Times and Earl Chambers on That's My Mama, while also starring as Phil Wheeler on Sanford Arms. His screen career also featured roles in The Waltons, MASH, The Golden Girls, Family Matters, and movies like The Hunter and Life Stinks. Teddy Wilson passed away at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles on July 21, 1991, after a stroke. He was only 47. His legacy is built on a memorable screen presence and a knack for making small supporting roles feel alive, sharp, and totally unforgettable. Ernest Thomas brought brains, high energy, and instant charm to Roger Raj Thomas, the ambitious teen whose dreams of writing constantly clashed with the daily chaos cooked up by his best friends. Born Ernest Lee Thomas on March 26, 1949 in Gary, Indiana. He was 27 when viewers first saw him as Raj in 1976. Playing the main guy, Thomas gave Raj a great mix of responsibility, jittery humor, and real love for his family and friends. Whether handling Rerun and Dwayne's crazy or trying to stand tall at home, his wild reactions and quick comic timing anchored the show. Before hitting television fame, Thomas actually started out on Broadway, appearing in stage productions like Love for Love and The Member of the Wedding. He later played Raj again in What's Happening Now from 1985 to 1988, then won over newer fans as the Weird Undertaker Mr. Omar. Everybody Hates Chris. As of August 2026, Ernest Thomas is 77 and is still active in showbiz. His lasting appeal comes from his warmth and versatility, leading a performance that made Raj one of the most famous young characters of 70s television. Haywood Nelson brought kid-like charm, easy humor, and a solid sense of friendship to Dwayne Nelson, the sweet-natured teen whose signature "Hey Hey" Faye greeting became one of the show's biggest trademarks. Born Haywood Knowles Nelson Jr. on March 25, 1960 in New York City, he was only 16 when the public first saw him play the part in 1976. With his laid-back style, big smile, and easy chemistry with Ernest Thomas and Fred Berry, Nelson made Dwayne a crucial piece of the friendship at the center of the show. Usually way more innocent and grounded than Raj and Rerun, Dwayne brought a sweet humor that made people love him. Nelson had actually been acting since he was a kid, doing national commercials before getting roles on Sanford and Son and the sitcom Grady. After 3 seasons playing Dwayne, he showed up on The White Shadow, and later brought back his famous character in What's Happening Now from 1985 to 1988. He also popped up in The Parkers and Dickey, Roberts, the former child star. By August 2026, Haywood Nelson is 66 years old. His legacy is forever tied to that warmth, young charisma, and a character whose friendship and unforgettable greeting helped define an entire generation of television comedy. Earl Billings brought incredible warmth, humor, and a very easygoing authority to Rob, the owner of Rob's Place, which was the local hangout where Raj, Dwayne, Rerun, and Shirley often gathered. Born Earl William Billings, born on the 4th of July 1945, in Cleveland, Ohio, he was 31 years old when he first took the role in February 1977. With his easy delivery, expressive reactions, and with Shirley Hemphill, Billings made Rob much more than just a man behind a counter. He was firm when trouble started, but his patience and love for those kids gave the diner a warm sense of community. Billings appeared in 8 episodes from 1977 and 1979, becoming one of the show's recognizable recurring faces. Outside the sitcom, he built a long career character acting in movies like Crimson Tide, Antwone Fisher, and American Splendor, and Something New, alongside hit TV shows like The Jeffersons and Family Matters, Parkers, and Misguided. By August 2026, Earl Billings is 81. His career shows incredible versatility and longevity, proving he could make any supporting role feel familiar and memorable. Debbie Morgan brought serious confidence, charm, and high energy to Diane. Paris, the sharp and sweet classmate of Raj, Dwayne, and Rerun, who quickly became a familiar face during those early seasons. Born Deborah Ann Morgan on September 20th, 1956, in Dunn, North Carolina, she was only 19 when she first appeared as Diane in The Birthday Present, which debuted on August 12, 1976. With her natural warmth and easy presence, Morgan made Diane incredibly appealing, even though she was in just 6 episodes between 1976 and 1977. But her career quickly grew way beyond television sitcoms. She won huge praise as Angie Baxter Hubbard on All My Children, grabbing a Daytime Emmy in 1989, before delivering a powerful performance, Mademoiselle Baptiste de la Croix in Eve's Bayou, earning an Independent Spirit Award. She also starred in Roots, The Next Generation's Power, and dozens of other films and shows. By August 26, Debbie Morgan is 69. Her amazing run shows real depth, staying power, and a versatility that turned a young recurring actress into one of TV's most respected stars. David Hollander brought pure innocence, curiosity, and a sweet sense of humor to Earl, Little Earl Barnett Jr., the young kid of Detective Big Earl, who stood out as a fresh recurring character during that 3rd season. He was born on August 7, 1969 in Los Angeles, California. He was only 9 years old when audiences first saw him play the part in 1978. With his easy delivery and expressive face, Hollander gave Little Earl a playful charm that fit seamlessly alongside Raj, Rerun, Dwayne, and Dee. Living next to Raj and Rerun with his cop dad, the kid brought a fun family dynamic during that final season. Hollander appeared in 19 episodes between 1978 and 1979, making him way more than just a quick guest star. As a busy child actor, he also popped up in classic series like Little House on the Prairie, Kojak, Quincy, and Family. He even scored a movie role in Airplane. By August 2026, David Hollander is 57. His run as Little Earl is a standout part of the final chapter, showing the raw charm he had, even as a tiny kid. Thanks for watching. We hope you loved looking back at the cast of What's Happening and their incredible journeys. Drop a like, subscribe, and share your favorite character, funniest moment, the wildest scene from the Thomas household and Rob's Place in the comments. Catch you in the next one.